Hi everyone, hope you are well. Here I am back doing a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. If you are kind of not available in order to do this live Q&A, then just send me your questions that you have in the comment section below this chat, and I will do my best to answer all of them, like I always do when it comes to questions and that. So I thought I'd start off with the news or breaking news that started off today, where the RAF are not employing white males for the near future because they want to increase their diversity within the RAF. But I don't know how true that is, to be honest with you, and we'll see more fallout of that as the week progresses. But I can see that being true. Maybe they want to increase the diversity within the RAF, and they might be lowering the amount of white males that they're employing effectively. But I would imagine they'll still be employing. So if people are doing this with regards to joining the RAF and they're just watching my live Q&A and you are a white male, I think you'll be okay. Right, here we go. Javier Rodriguez. Hiya, mate. Thanks very much for joining this live Q&A. Got rejected by the army, 18 months residency, 12 to go. Well, let me tell you this, Javier. To be honest, it's 12 months. Those 12 months are going to pass by anyway. So what you need to do in those 12 months is just keep fit, don't get into any trouble, and at the end of those 18 months you can then join the military. I'm not sure how old you are, but I didn't join until I was 21 anyway. I'm 42 now, and I'll be retired after my 22 years by the time I'm 43. So to be honest with you, the age in which you join up isn't too bad. I see you're 26. Do you know what, Javier? That is not a bad age. I know people that joined up in their 30s. So 26, you will have that life experience. You kind of won't be immature like I see some soldiers. So I think you'll be fine, Javier, to be honest with you. BKD, hi, how are you? Thanks for joining a live Q&A. How does the pension work in the army? If I serve the first 12 years, do I get a pension? Yes, you do. But you won't get that pension until you're 55, and you'll get a half pension, I think it is, at 12 years, which won't be very much, but you will still get a pension after 12 years. You'll get a pension after 4 years, to be honest, but you won't get that perhaps until the serviceable pension age. BKD, yeah, he joined at 35. That's, you know what, it's a tough age joining in your 20s. I totally get that. With regards to wages, when you start off in the army, the wages are pretty poor, but they do increase pretty quickly when you start going through your promotions. And BKD joining at 35, I think still great. Javier, yeah, everyone needs encouragement sometimes. Everyone needs encouragement. And I think you'll just do fine. 26 is not a bad age. William, MUFC 89, Man United, I'm guessing that is William. You must be devastated, mate, after these last two games that you had. Absolutely devastated. But you played Liverpool and you Monday, and if you beat them, you go above them. So that's not too bad, is it? Hello, but I tried to send you a private message on Insta. Okay, commented asking for info on the soldier development course. I have a start date for 2nd of October. That's good. Just get on the. And do you know what? Sometimes knowing too much before you go on something can be a hindrance. I think you're going to be absolutely fine when you get on a soldier development course. The 2nd of October isn't too far away. The main thing that you want to do before you go is just make sure that you don't have any niggling injuries and that you're fit and you're happy with your fitness as well. So I think you're going to be absolutely fine. My Instagram is official military fitness. The link will be is at the bottom of most of my videos. Michael Tapp, thanks for joining us, mate. Hope you're well. What am I planning on doing in retirement? So the army are really good at this moment in time with regards to setting up soldiers for retirement. So I've done lots of free courses. I've done lots of project management courses. I'm either going to go into project management or I'm going to be stay in electronic warfare, which is my trade within the army. But ultimately, whatever I'll be doing, it'll be out in Dallas, Texas, where my family are now. The next one, I'm just going to call you CT. So I think is Bawiha, CT. So will the army be recruited for Commonwealth this year? If you haven't been recruited yet for Commonwealth this year, the chances are you won't be called forward this year. I would plan on next year, or if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, the year after 2024. But whatever happens, you have to put your application in now if you want to get into the army with regards to Commonwealth. It will take a long time. It is taking a long time. So don't get put off or let down or disgruntled by the whole process. It's taking a long time. Just put in your application. Javier, training wise, do you suggest incorporating 10 kilometer or longer running to training? Right now, you're focusing on 2 kilometers and 5 kilometers. Do you know, you can include a 10K because 10K is a nice little fat burners. Focusing on 2 kilometers for 5 kilometers is absolutely perfect, but I would throw a little 10K in there just to get your legs used to it if you do longer runs when it comes to PT within the military. Bigger 35 years, yeah, I bet he is, man. John at 35 years is good on you, mate. Guy was 35 on the course, won best PT. Good on him. Kept himself in shape. That is all I do is fizz, just keeping myself in shape. Okay, good. Galu Madar, thanks for joining us. From the Commonwealth, Fiji. I've got loads of mates who are Fijians. He's already in the RLC as a driver from a year now, and he wants to transfer into the engineers. Yeah, so if you want to transfer into the engineers, you need to go and see your chain of command, and they will put you forward to the RCMO, your Regional Careers Management Officer. You'll go and speak to him. You'll tell him that you want to transfer to the engineers. And whatever trade you want to transfer to in the engineers, he will check if there's openings, because there might not be openings for whatever rank you are. Say you're a private now in the RLC. There might not be any openings at this moment in time, so there might be a wait. What the RCMO, I think, will tell you then is to go onto, I think it's Defence Connect, and then you'll have to go on one of the apps on Defence Connect. I've got a video all about retrading and choosing your job and everything on my channel. Have a look at that, and then you'll be able to step forward from there. But the thing is, you need to speak to your chain of command. They'll get you in touch with the RCMO, and the process will start from there. MUFC 89 or William 32 wanting to join the infantry, failed your belief test, got 8.3, offered the SDC to up my fitness before my catterick start date. You know, I would just go and do it. 8.3 is not a bad score. I'm guessing you need around 9 for the infantry, for the Royal Irish, 9.2 perhaps. Going from 8.3 to 9.2 will take you a couple of weeks hard work, and a lot of that will be your diet. A lot of that will be your diet. So I would just keep at it and just focus on your goals. I know I say this in most of my videos. Just focus on your goals. Get that laser beam mind focus and ensure that you start eating right, because 8.3 is not a bad score. ASJG, thanks for joining us. If you didn't get a university place when A-level results are announced tomorrow, would I be able to apply to Sandhurst and become an officer? You might be able to, but a lot of CAP badges want officers who are degreed officers or graduated officers, they call it, and then some calls like the Royal Signals, they will take what's called non-grad officers, which means they haven't graduated from university and they don't have a degree. So they will take them. They will take them. You just may not get the CAP badge that you want. BKT, have a cute body. Love it, mate. Josh, Beal, thanks for joining us, mate. Have you got any tips for round robin, PT session in Catterick or morale boosters? Do you know, like, Josh, you in the army already, and you want some PT session tips. Morale boosters for PT. I always find a good morale booster. I find is a steady state run in groups, and you can cater that to every single fitness level. So you start off in a steady state run in 2 ranks, and the guys at the front, they will always peel off and go and join the back, but they need to sprint to the back as far as possible. And the people that are unfit, they might be a little bit behind the actual group, those 2 ranks, and the people at the front of the fittest. So they'll be sprinting all the way to the back, and they will end up behind the guys who are not quite as fit. And you just keep doing that. Then when you get back to the unfit guys, who will end up then at the front of the pack, when they do their sprints to the back of the pack, or all the people will be quite closed up. So that's the best one that I always found with regards to people enjoying PT sessions of all levels, and they're not worried about the PT level because they're almost running to their own capacity. William MUFC 89 needed an 8.7, mate, and get that in a week. I'd get you up to 8.7 in a week, no dramas. What some of my bleep test videos, they'll really, really help you out. The biggest one is extend that bleep test that you're practicing on. So don't practice on a 20-meter bleep test, practice on a 22-meter bleep test for most of the time, and then just test yourself on a 20-meter bleep test. Caden Brown, thanks for joining us. Nice to have you here. Starting this phase 1, November the 6th in Winchester. Need advice on what is a good 2, 5, 10 run time. Look, you don't want to take it from me. I'm quite quick with regards to 2 kilometers, like a 7:30 type of thing with regards to 2 kilometers. But if you're looking at 2 kilometers, a good 2 kilometer normal time is around 8 minutes, I'd say. 5 kilometer, a good 5 kilometer time. I generally run that in around 20 minutes. So you'll be looking to say 23, 24 minutes if you're not at your best at this moment in time. And 10 kilometer run, then you can look at around 55 minutes. We'll get you a good time, and that will get you more than fit enough for when you go to basic training. Right, ASJG, okay, thanks, nice one. Josh Beal, week 16 at the minute. Perfect, Josh. So week 16 in basic, I'm getting. So yeah, so you're doing really well. You're on the train, and you're good to go. So some good questions there so far. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a lot of worry joining the army. I think it's a lot of worry for some people, and some people just get super excited for joining the army, so it's all they want to do. And some people feel deflated when they have that 18-month wait, like Javier on here. But you know what, that time will pass anyway, and you'll be absolutely fine with it. So Caden, he's hitting 5k in 27 minutes. We've got to get time to get it down. Yeah, you have got time to get it down, but don't worry about it. If you're hitting 5k on a Monday at 27 minutes, then you're hitting 5k on a Wednesday at like 28 minutes. Don't worry about things like that. Just if that starts to happen, perhaps lay off the 5ks for a little bit, give your body time to rest, and start doing different things like hill sprints, just to build that strength and endurance up in your legs, and start doing some HIIT training as well to build that endurance up in your legs. Noel, how are you, mate? Nice to see you on here. Commonwealth recruit, it is a minefield. It's data reapply keeps getting pushed forward every month. It gives me time to get your masters. It really does give you time to get your masters, Noel. And do you know what? That really isn't a bad thing. But I know you've been trying to get into the well, you've been with my channel now for ages, 18 months, 2 years perhaps, trying to get into the military with regards to Commonwealth. So do you know what, mate? It's really good to see you on here today, and it's nice to see you reapplying as well. But also, if you're kind of like watching this and you're not sure, oh, hang on, Joe Wright, when are you able to specialize in the infantry, such as becoming a mortarman or sniper? Well, a sniper you have to go away and do a course for. So you might not, they might get loads of applications for something like that. So that might take you a couple of years. But once you've done basic training, just done your phase 2 training, then you'll go to unit. And once you're settled in unit after a year or so, so say after like 2 years, you'll probably end up applying for all the different courses that you'd want to do. Josh, is there a way to DM me? Yeah, find my Instagram. The link are on all my videos. All my videos is a link. DM me on there. I haven't got my phone on me at the minute, but DM me on there. And people DM me on there all the time, and I chat to them. Dinesh, how are you? Thanks for getting on here, mate, onto this live Q&A. From India, I'm working in the UK as a delivery boy from 2 months. Can I apply from here? That might be a tough one. That will be a case of you might need residency for longer. So I would jump on the British Army website or go into a recruitment office and ask them, because you may have to be here for a little longer than 2 months for them to accept your application. But I would just go into a recruiting office or online, send them a message. They're all right at getting back to messages, and go from there. Bleach, when will the British Army start? Thanks for being on here, Bleach, by the way. When will the British Army start accepting Commonwealth? Listen, if you haven't been accepted yet, or you sent in your application, but you haven't heard anything, you're probably not going to be accepted this year. It's either going to be the year 22 to 23, or it'll be the year 23 to 24. It is taking a long, long time for Commonwealth soldiers to get through into the army, but don't let that put you off. Just apply. If that's what you want to do, just apply and stick at it. Have you a promotion to Lance Corporal may follow after you finish your phase 2 training? Do you know anyone has done that? Yeah, so in my trade, EW, you get promoted to Lance Corporal straight away once you've done phase 2 training. So that will be dependent on your trade and cap badge that you choose, whether you get promoted to Lance Corporal straight away. I think perhaps ammunition technicians in the RLC get promoted to Lance Corporal straight away. I'm not sure of it. I think the Incorps might as well, but they're the 3 I know of. Josh, no problem. Joe, no problem, mate. You're more than welcome. Dinesh, you're the same, mate. You're more than welcome. Mensa Doe, how do I convince the Army that my certificates and background supports Royal Signals and infantry during assessment? I'm not sure if you're Commonwealth, Ado, but the Commonwealth might only be taking Commonwealth soldiers into the infantry. Therefore, I would just take the infantry job. From there, then transfer from the infantry into the Royal Signals, which are in the infantry. You've done basic, you've done your phase 2, you've gone to your unit, then you can start the transfer process. That might be your best bet, because if you're adamant about being in the Royal Signals and they say no, and then you don't want to join the army because of that, then you may never get in the army. Your best bet will probably be to join the army, infantry, transfer from the infantry into the signals. Thomas Clark, GP sent off medical forms. Thanks for joining, Ado and Thomas. Now, GP sent off medical forms now. Looking like I'll be offered a chance to go to assessment centre soon. Great news, mate. I was planning on talking with my recruiter to talk, but any advice for the interview? So, the interview at this moment in time at the assessment centre is like quite straightforward, to be honest with you. They might ask you why you want to join the army, Do you know the values and standards? Do you know anything about the cap badge you want to join? And that'll probably be it, to be honest with you. They would have made up their mind before you get to the interview anyway. So learn the values and standards. Think of a good answer on why you want to join the army, and more than likely that will be it, and you'll be done and dusted and in the army. That is going to be the interview. The interview is not really a full-blown interview. You might go in there, they'll ask you how you think you did, they'll tell you how you did, and that'll probably be it. It's not like an interview that people think you go and you're sitting in front of an interview panel for the job. They'll already have made up their mind by then. Red Chadwick, thanks for joining us. Is 26 a good age to join the army? Any age is a good age, really, to join the army if that's what you want to do. I joined when I was 21, as I said earlier, and for me, that is a perfect age, and so is 17, and so is 34, I think. But the issue is when you get older, you might take a wage drop. So you're 26 now, and say you've been in a job and you're getting paid a certain amount of money, you are going to take a wage cut when you join the army. That's a fact. For everyone takes a wage cut. But then after, I think, something like 6 months, your wages go up, and then when you get promoted, they'll go up and up as well. And generally, if you're a bit older and you're a bit more mature, chances are you're going to get promoted a bit quicker as well, so that will be in your favor. But 26 is a good age. You'll be mature. Chances are you'll stay out of trouble, and that'll stand you in good stead for the future. Sam, how long is the interview normally? Like, not long, mate. It might be a couple of minutes. It might be a couple of minutes. Go in there, have a little chat, because they're going to have a lot of people to get through. So it might just be a quick 5 minutes. I still remember my interview now from 22 years ago. I walked in there. I didn't know anything about values and standards and stuff like that. And they were like, what do you want to do? I said, Royal Signals, EW. They're like, yeah, congratulations, you joined the army. And that was my interview. It's like a minute or two. If that, it might be 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It could be really quick. Thomas, appreciate it. I appreciate you being on here, mate. No problem, Sam. No problem. Jerry Springer. Imagine that was a real one. Mentor. Do I know any course or materials to help with the Army Officer Selection Board? So AOSB is a case of keeping up to date with current affairs. That's a big one for sure. And being able to problem solve as well. But generally, I think you'll be okay because they try and prepare you. It might be worth kind of learning a little bit of map reading and a little bit of history about the army, because they're always watching you, and you'll have lots of discussion groups. So read things like The Week, and read the daily newspapers, perhaps have a look at things like map reading, how to map read. There are YouTube videos out there which make it really simple. So just little things like that, military history, and you'll be absolutely fine. Max, thanks for joining us. Hi, I went for my assessment for the paras 2 weeks ago. I need 11.6 on bleep test, and I only got 11. Any tips? Yeah. The biggest thing about the bleep test is try and practice on the longer bleep test. So make the bleep test a little bit longer than what it actually is. Like on my videos, I tell people to practice on the 22-meter bleep test. And then say you can get to 11 on the 22-meter bleep test, chances are you'll get to 11.6 on the 20-meter bleep test, because 11's a good score. 11's a good score. So you're not far off it. I'd probably do a little bit of HIIT, try and strengthen your legs as well. HIIT workout will really help that, and incorporate some hill sprints in as well, like 30-minute hill sprints. But it's not like sprint up a hill, jog down. It's sprint up a hill, jog down, throw some burpees in at the bottom, then go again. Really push yourself, and that's how you'll improve rapid. William, assessment centre here in Northern Ireland was very relaxed. Jeans and smart t-shirt. That's it. Perfect. Caitlin, how would I suggest? Hi, Caitlin, by the way, and thanks for joining. How would I suggest I begin my fitness journey and want to join the army? I've yet to apply as I'm waiting to complete my masters and master qualifications, as well as increase my fitness level. I would say with regards to fitness levels, you kind of and well done in completing your masters and everything. I think that's incredible. Increasing fitness levels, you want to start off nice and easy so you don't start hating doing fizz. I'm very lucky. I love doing fizz. Absolutely love doing fizz. But I think I only love doing fizz is because I really enjoyed it when I started doing fizz. Like when I first went to the gym, it was with my best mate and we were just having an absolute laugh all the time. So if you can start off doing fizz with someone, that would be great. If not, just start going on long walks and then start going on jogs and then start running. But just try and like plan it out and then do some fitness videos on YouTube or join the gym. But I do a lot of my fizz now. If I'm not doing burpees and I'm going for the run or I'm tabbing, I do a lot with audio books in my ears or music, listening to Spotify. Just try and make it enjoyable until you get to the point whereby, do you know what, you can really start pushing yourself. But just try and enjoy it. Walk, jog, run, like they say for anything, in it, like crawl, walk, run sort of thing. But try and make it enjoyable until you get into it. Don't get any injuries, then you can start smashing your fizz. That's what I would say. Max, going back in 2 or 3 weeks just for the beep test. Good. Get on it, mate. Smash it. Tyronius Maximus, thanks for joining us. Can you reply to SFFG even if you have return of service? Thank you for your videos. First of all, thank you for joining us. I make the videos for people like you who are joining the army. I wish I had something like this for sure. Even if you have return of service. I'm not sure what you mean, but you can apply for anything like that with regard to SSFG at any point. I'm guessing return of service with regards to you don't have long left or you haven't been in. I'm not sure. Can you just expand on that a little bit? Javier, how can a soldier get promoted to warrant officer or can soldier get promoted to lieutenant? So you either join officer, you either become an officer, direct entry officer, go the officer route, which includes lieutenant, second lieutenant, etc. Or you can become a non-commissioned soldier, go through the ranks, and then become what's called a late entry soldier. You start at captain. Or you can join as a non-commissioned soldier, as a private or lance corporal, and then think, do you know what? I'd rather be an officer and then go all the way back to Sandhurst and do the full 1 year at Sandhurst and become an officer. But what won't happen is you're a sergeant and then you get promoted to lieutenant. That'll never happen. Hello, Sam. How's Texas still there? Mo, thanks for being on here, mate. I'm not here. I am not in Texas. I'm back in the UK now, just sorting everything out, dekitting, handing everything in before I go out to Texas, beginning of November. John Braithwaite, thanks for joining us. Lost 30 kilograms in the last year. That is awesome. I need to lose another 15 to sign up. When do you think would be an acceptable time to put my application in? You lost 30k in a year, you got 15 to go. I would put your application in a month's time because that will really drive you. Because these last 15 kilograms, I would imagine, are going to be quite difficult to get rid of. You've lost 30 already. The last, however, the barrier might hit you and you might start losing weight a lot slower than what you were. So it might be worth putting it in when you've got, say, 10 kilograms to go or 9 kilograms to go, because it might take a little while, and then that'll really drive you forward. Javier, hopefully by the time I'm in phase 1, I do 20 pull-ups in a row and a sub 25k. Mate, that'd be amazing if you do that. That is a good fitness level. Mo lost 2 pounds last week doing a calorie deficit. That's the way to do it, mate. That is it. Calorie deficit will lose you the weight for sure. Can I talk more about the light mechanized infantry? Really want to join it. Not too much information online and YouTube. I'll look into that. the mechanized infantry, the mech inf. I'll look into that. I don't know a lot about it. I've never worked with them a lot. I'll have a look. I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at it for sure. Do you get to choose whether you want to be the driver, gunner, what other roles? Well, in a car. So essentially, what will happen is if you do go like mech inf, you will you might join as a driver, or you might join as a gunner, or you might get trained in both, and it just happens to be what roles are available at that moment in time, I would say, to be honest with you. So you'll probably end up doing both. John Braithwaite, thanks, man. Thank you, mate. Thanks for coming on here. Thanks to everyone coming on here, to be honest with you. And Mo gives me a big thumbs up. Nice one, Mo. Cheers, bro. Wet my whistle there. Wow, 30 minutes have gone already. That's gone pretty quick. That has gone pretty quick. It is great to have all these questions. If you do have any questions, just slap them in the comment section below. I think I was gonna do another video on the weekend, probably now, with regards to this being like another tiny little pay increase. But if you guys want videos on anything in particular, just whack them in the comment section. Put them in the comment section, and I will do the videos on what you are asking for, if I know enough about it. Okay, Sam Heath, do I know the adventure training works with the reserve? Do they get the chance to do it? Yeah, Sam, I'm pretty sure you will get a chance to do adventure training in the reserves for sure, but obviously it won't be as often as what we do it in the regulars. But I'm fairly certain that you do get a chance to do adventure training in the reserves for sure. Mo saw my video on money saving and using it wisely. As we all know, British Army doesn't pay the highest. What are some wise investments? Well, obviously housing at this moment in time, so they're like increasing in value like crazy. But the big thing is just save your money, look at ISAs, things like that, and try and keep that monthly deposit of savings if you can. Even if it's just £50 a month, £100 a month, try and save that, but also enjoy yourself in the army as well. Mensa, talk about the new army logo branding and the new phases. I've done a video on the new branding. Caden, I don't think I've spoken to you yet, so welcome. Started following my 6-week fitness training video from a long time ago. If I go on longer than 6 weeks, should I keep increasing intensity, distance? I would keep on increasing intensity and distance, but of course, kind of set yourself new targets. I set myself new targets all of the time when it comes to training, where it might be how many burpees can I do in 10 minutes, how many can I do in 20, how many can I do in 30, how many pull-ups can I do in 10 minutes, so on and so forth. So you could do the 6-week training, have a couple of weeks off, and then go back on that 6-week training again and see how you do from just mixing it up a little bit, perhaps throwing a little bit of weights or kettlebells in there. Joe Wright, what was one aspect of the military when you joined that was eye-opening or something I didn't expect? So when I went to basic training, I didn't know anything, nothing whatsoever about the army. And I just went off my kit list. And there were like loads of people there that had been in the cadets. And they knew a lot, man. They knew a lot about the army. But they didn't do any better than me when it came to basic training and my career within the army. So if people are worried about joining the army and they don't know anything about it, do not worry. That was the biggest eye-opener. Day one, all these guys were all the time they'd done in the cadets, and there's a couple of guys from the reserves that were joining the regulars. I was like, what? I don't know anything that you're on about. And do you know what? Basic training will teach you everything that you need to know from zero to hero. So that was the biggest eye opener for me, where I was taken aback, but actually they did no better than me. They did no better than me at all. Javier, contact lenses or glasses during phase 1 and 2? I didn't wear glasses at the time. I didn't start wearing glasses full time until about 3 years ago. But I would do contact lenses if you can, for sure. Contact lenses for sure. James Harney wants to join this year. What's the best way to get fitness up? Shall I do a video on it? I'll do a video on it this weekend. The best way to improve your fitness, ready for basic training. I'll do a video on it on this weekend. The biggest thing is to get a little bit of weight on your back and get your legs used to tabbing with that weight on your back. That'll be the biggest one for you, where a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with that a lot. Your mentor, Ado, what is an icebreaker? So an icebreaker, it might be, say, a 3-minute icebreaker where you talk about, you'll introduce yourself, talk about yourself, perhaps throw in a fact or two. Then you talk about your family. You talk about what you like, perhaps what you dislike. You talk about hobbies that you have, and you might tell a joke. At the end, trying to incorporate a joke in there, and that'll be it. So an icebreaker is where you're in a group of people, no one knows each other, and you are just giving them a little bit of information about yourself. What are the most respected regiments, in my opinion? I want to join the Rifles. Do you know what? Everyone's fairly decent within the military. The Rifles are good blokes. I've worked with the Rifles. They're absolutely fine. They're all pretty decent. I think that's a good shout, joining the Rifles, to be honest with you. I think that's a good shout. So I would say go for it. And I think you'll probably do great. You'll probably do great. William G, going to Harrogate in September, wondering if I have any tips. The biggest thing for likes of Harrogate in basic training is getting yourself into a routine. So I'd probably try and get yourself into a routine before you go. I'd probably get yourself into a routine, perhaps a week or so before, of going to bed at, well, you probably go to bed around 11 or 12 because you'll be fairly busy in the night, and getting up around 6, 5:30 perhaps. You'll have quite a bit of work to do. So I try and get yourself in a routine so it's not a massive shock to your system and you're really, really tired. I remember like the first 3 or 4 weeks I was so tired in the mornings. So I'd probably get yourself into a routine. 20 kilogram weights vest, good idea to prepare for tabbing. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. 20 kilogram weight vest, absolutely fine. That's pretty heavy to start off with straight away. I'll probably build up to that. Javier, to be honest with you. Joe, right, gotta head out. Thanks for the info. No problem, Joe. Take care, mate. Mode 3 Rifles like Mecca Info, based in Edinburgh, and you're from Birmingham. Do you think there's still a chance for me to be selected? Yeah, of course there are. There's always chance. You can go and do whatever you want, pretty much. So I think you'll be fine. Caden Brown's going in as an aircraft tech, 17 now. By the end of phase 2, you'll be 19, 20. In your opinion, do you think privates will respect the rank of Lance Corporal, as my age being quite young? Mate, I know, like, you'll be 19, 20. Don't worry about it. Whether they respect you or not, it's a case of people who demand respect, or people who need respect. That's the issue with it. It's people who earn that respect generally don't need it, and people who need respect certainly don't earn it. So I wouldn't worry too much about them respecting you. If you're a good bloke, they'll just respect you. That it's a fact. It will just happen. But with regards to privates and lance jacks, there's nothing in there anyway as a lance corporal or private, unless you're like a proper old hat who's been like a lance jack for 10 years. then it's not too much of a drama, really, because lance corporals, privates, they all hang around together anyway, the majority of the time. But yeah, don't worry about your age or anything like that. It's your ability and how good you are at your job is what get you respect. Ado, during the trade training, it's well stated on Army website the location, but not with the phase. I'm not sure where phase 1 training is for the Commonwealth. A lot of phase 1 trainings at oh my goodness, I just had it in my head then, Pirbright at this moment in time. A lot of phase 1 training in Pirbright, so it might be there. MR Bars, thanks for joining. If you join the infantry reserves, can you move to normal infantry? Yes, you can move to normal infantry. However, you might have to go and do elements of the basic training potentially. Javier Tabin, what is the common distance? Oh, mate, Tabin's like 8K, something like that. It's come right down. Tabin has now come right down. If you can tab 10K, you'll be absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Arbaz, thanks for the info. No problem, mate. And Mo has to go. No problem. Thanks for joining us. But 40 minutes, job done. That looks like that is it. Unless anyone has any more questions. Everyone's leaving. Right. Looks like we'll knock it on the head there. Thanks, everyone, for joining. 41 minutes has been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for all the questions. And I'll do another one. Si? All right, lad. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm absolutely fine, mate. I hope you're well. Oh, here we go. Andrew, my advice second to none. To everyone joining, listen to Sam. Thanks very much, Andy. I'm telling you, mate. Thanks very much. Si, if you got a question, mate, if you got a question, you just ask me. I've got nowhere to go. It's just a little bit quiet. But if you got a question, mate, I'll still answer it. Si. Throw me a question if you want me. I'll stick around. Oh, you're gonna have to watch your back now, Si. You're gonna have to watch your back, mate. Get on there. Oh, we got Michael Strelly on here as well. So he's a guy. So he's in court. So if we've got any in court questions, he won't have a clue, even though he's in court. He won't have a clue, will he, Mike? But I'm joking. Mike's a top bloke. And his brother's a physio. And he sorted my back out in Germany. But yeah, oh, you, Mike, hope you well. He's laughing now. All right, brilliant. Right, that's it. Unless any more questions pop in, no dramas. I'll do another one in 2 weeks' time. Other than that, I count it down, and I will keep an eye out for your banter comments, anything to brighten the days. Right, see you all later. Take care. Bye.